de Faenas de Campo.
Hello friends of Faenas de Campo. Today I want to invite you very specially to enjoy a different program, which is a presentation of this book of 10 stories
De 10 cuentos escritos
written based on many narration of Colombian literature,
literatura colombiana, pero basados
but based on a curious collection of shoe shine boxes.
cajas de embolar, de lustrar, de las cajas que usan.
The boxes used by those who are dedicated to this work to provide this service of polishing in many parts of the world.
Así que espero
So I hope you enjoy all the images and what we are going to tell.
contar. Sí, esa pregunta
Yes, many people have asked the question
han hecho muchas personas, porque
of why shoe shine boxes.
que yo tengo, como ya lo había,
Because it is a collection of boxes that I have,
que se me fue dando,
as we have already said in the presentation, and it was given to me, as a television character says, unintentionally.
de embolar, porque yo soy
And I was completing shoe shine boxes because I am from a small town,
Cordillera Central,
very beautiful, located in Central Mountain Range in the skirt that has a view of the Magdalena Valley, and when I was a child, there was no people who shined shoes.
que yo me di cuando vi
Precisely the impression I got when I saw a person dedicated to this, his shoe shine box.
me entusiasmé
It made me enthusiastic and made me curious.
que voy a contar
I will tell all of these in 10 stories that are written precisely based on those shoe shine boxes.
precisamente basado en esas cajas de lustrar. Entonces, este libro
So this book that I'm going to present and read some phrases from
basado en esa iniciativa
is based on the initiative because I not only base it on those who practice a trade,
pero basado en la colección de cajas
but also on the number of shoe shine boxes that I have, because many times when narrating anecdotes, experiences from the countryside, from many parts, from many things, I interview people,
a las personas
not only those who polish shoes, but also cab drivers.
que me atienden en un restaurante. Me gusta saber
I like to learn and watch, learn and know the idiosincrasies,
idiosincrasias tan bonitas y tan distintas que hay en las regiones
so beautiful and so different, that there are in the regions of Colombia, because we have Eastern Plains, Magdalena Valley, with the Cuaca River, with the Eastern, Central and Western mountain ranges, as well as the Caribbean coast,
culturas van reunidas en los cuentos
and these cultures are gathered in the stories with their food, their sunsets, their luminosity, the weather, the microclimates, among others.
me llevó a que cuando yo contaba esto, muchos amigos
That led me to the fact that when I told the stories, many friends suggested that I could write and capture what I narrated.
entonces me di a la tarea de hace mucho tiempo
So I set myself the task a long time ago of writing them down,
nació este libro que se llama Cajas y Lustres,
and this book was born, and it is called Boxes and Lustres, because they are the shoe shine boxes and the polish that is given to the beauty of life. The polish that I gave to the stories that I am narrating in this book,
que se hagan agradables en una literatura
so that they become pleasant thanks to a very simple literature. Just as I speak and converse, because it is the way I am born to write and encouraged by many friends,
muchos amigos, por muchas personas que conocían mis anécdotas,
by many people who know my anecdotes. I was given the idea of capturing the stories written in this book. I invite you to enjoy it.
para que lo disfrutemos. Como ya había dicho, la comencé
As I had already said, I started it without realizing it. My collection began when I was 12 years old.
Yo compré al escondido de mi papá
I bought it secretly from my father in a town called La Dorada, Caldas, which is close to another town called Victoria and which is also located near the Magdalena River Valley. And I got excited seeing a little box because I already had the desire to discover them, look at them.
y compré una cajita
Those boxes were the shoe shine boxes and I bought one, but not with the intention of starting a collection.
de la televisión.
This was happening without wanting to.
De mi papá mucho tiempo,
I kept that little box hidden from my dad for a long time,
en las conversadas con muchas personas,
and then I got it back, and in conversations with many people, like when I admired the polishing box, they would say to me, I can sell it to you. I'll sell it to you. And I kept thinking that if I liked the box because I had looked at it, I would buy it.
muchas veces les preguntaba, pero ¿por qué? ¿Y entonces usted qué va a seguir haciendo? No.
Many times I would ask whoever offered it to me, why? Why are you going to continue doing? And they would tell me, I already have another shoe shine box, brand new, bigger, with other shapes, and if you want one, I'll sell it to you.
Con otras que me han regalado,
I have taken great care of myself through the collection I have, which already completes 86 boxes, with others that have been given to me by friends who have noticed my collection, and all the others that I've bought with great care, so that those are dedicated to the craft of shoe shining will not be left without the job.
y otras veces yo he mantenido
I have noticed that almost all of them keep a spare box. Other times I have also kept a box without much style, without much content, very simple, that I have had built so that in case I do a business,
ese mismo día.
so as not to leave the man who shines shoes without a job that same day.
Sí, claro. Pero es que
Yes, of course, that's not just a shoe shine box.
les voy a mostrar una caja que fue un obsequio.
I will show you a box that was a gift from the great painter Walter Zuluaga.
Walter Zuluaga, a leer uno de los cuentos míos,
He is a teacher who, when reading one of my stories, with great impression because of the memory I had of the first box I knew, when my dad asked to have his shoe polished in a cafe in the town of Honda, in the department of Tolima.
y él leyendo ese cuento como yo la describo,
Maestro Zuluaga, reading that story and taking into account my description, tried to bring back the memory and gave me pleasure in making one very similar to the one I'm telling. It was a great gift.
cosa, y el cajón,
Now, what we are going to explain is that the box, as such, is one thing and the drawer inside it is another.
polar. Ellos les tienen nombres,
They call the box or the bench,
es donde uno apoya el zapato,
the place where the person who provides the polishing service sits, and the box is always called the polishing box, and they have names for all their boxes. The insole is where you rest a shoe to be polished, and it is not only called this way, there are also other synonyms, ways of naming them according to the region where this service is located. As I was told by a person who was dedicated to this trade in the city of Barranquilla, in the Colombian Caribbean. Although I know now a lot of information, there I asked him and inquired because I'm interested in knowing more information, and this gentleman told me this is called the pompi because it is where people put the foot, so that is the name.
y este espacio que es de donde ellos la cargan,
That was a joking way of referring to the plantilla, as this part is known in many areas of the country. The box, the plantilla, and this space, which is where they load it and hold it in their hand. Also, under the arm is the chair where they sit to provide the service.
o de hexágono, octágono,
This cavity
o de
where they
círculo,
put their hand to load it,
o
even
de
if it
lágrima
has the
al
shape of a
revés,
heart
invertida o
or a
al derecho,
diamond or a
de gota o de
hexagon
lágrima,
or a
se llama el
circle
lagrimal
or
de
perhaps
la
a drop.
plantilla,
It is
lo
called the
llaman ellos.
techo
Y
of the insole.
esa diferencia entre caja y el cajón
And that difference between box and drawer is because the drawer is where they carry the complement of what is needed to polish the shoes.
los trapos, el agua,
That is to say, the rags, the water, the brushes, the spreaders, because most always inside the box go the polishers with which the finest colors are polished, as well as the most expensive brushes.
esa es muy bueno saberlo. Los cuentos
That's very good to know. The stories are made and are related to the figurative narration of a shoe embellisher,
de un lustrabotas, de un embolador,
as those who dedicate themselves to this trade say,
pero los cuentos son compuestos por mí,
but the stories are written by me, by everything I collect in my tours, but not only with the testimonies, but also with the comments of when I arrive at the edge of a road.
una orilla de una carretera donde están vendiendo frutas, interrogó ese señor.
By everything I collect in my tours, but not only with the testimonies, but also with the comments of when I arrive at the edge of a road when they are selling fruits among other people. I like to talk to people, and from there I collect many terms of each region and many linguistic resources that are present in the Spanish language, and many things are said differently according to the regions of our beautiful country. These stories are told in very simple ways, armed with everything I've heard from people,
de la gente. Pero aquí yo nombro
but in the book I name the man who shines shoes, who is going to tell me the story, as are many of the ones we are going to see.
unos inicios y entonces yo con toda esa
Then, with all those inputs, I imagine a story and I put it together. This narration began a long time ago when my friends began to insinuate to me
que escribiera algo, que eso debía quedar escrito.
that what I was telling should be written down because it was very simple and very beautiful.
Yo no me considero escritor.
That's why I took on the task, and I don't consider myself a writer. I respect that word very much. Writer is a word of great dedication. I'm a man of the country, a farmer. First I take time for my family, and then for hobbies, for other things, and almost always shared and supported by my family.
Compartidas y apoyados con mi familia.